Hi everyone and welcome in this Costa Diadema ship tour. We'll go through the lower decks first and then we'll do the upper decks. At the front of the ship you'll find the Emerald Theatre. Spanning from deck 3 to 5, this is where you'll see shows at night. Let's start with deck 5 and we'll go down. Right behind the theatre we enter the Atrium area. On port side there's the Gelateria Amarillo where you can find ice cream and crepes. It comes at an extra charge. Then on starboard side, the Country and Rock Club just rebranded in November as the Heineken Country and Rock Club. It's also a specialty dining where you can buy burgers. When we exit the bar, we can see on port side the arcade game room. Let's leave the atrium and enter what we could call a dining square. You'll find multiple specialty dining options here, all at an extra cost. First, on your right hand side, which is port side as we're going towards the aft of the ship, there's the Archipelago restaurant. It's the gourmet restaurant on board that serves dishes made by 3 European Michelin-starred chefs. Then on your left hand side there's Sushi no at Costa, which basically serves sushis. And we stay in Asia with the teppanyaki right behind it. Port side behind the Archipelago is La Fiorentina Steakhouse. Let's continue towards the back of Costa Diadema. This corridor is a bit long because we got elevators and stairs right next to us. Here we are in the Pizzeria Pomidoro. It also comes at an extra charge, like all the restaurants we've seen so far. It's open for lunch and dinner up until 1 AM. Right next to it, the club restaurant is the main dining room for high-level C Club members, which is the loyalty program. Here we are now in the Golden Jubilee Casino. Like all of the cruise ships, it's open on sea days or as soon as the ship leaves the port. Port side of it, you'll find the casino's bar. It used to be a brewery, but during a recent refit, it's been opened up in the casino. Starboard side, there's the wine bar that hosts wine tasting actually. Next, port side, there used to be a 4D cinema, but there's nothing anymore. And if we stay on starboard side, so your current left hand side as we're going to the back of the ship, we enter the piano bar Principe Nero, which opens during the evening. If you like this video, please consider leaving a thumb up and subscribing, it's a huge support for me. Finally, the Theodora Lounge spans the entire width of Costa Diadema at the aft of the ship. This is where the nighttime entertainment occurs sometimes. Let's see the outside promenade on this deck 5 before we go back and explore deck 4. Right behind the Theodora Lounge, you'll find the newly refurbished Sunset Lounge bar, where you can grab a drink and tapas in the evening to the sound of a DJ playing some chill music. You can actually circle the entire ship on more than 500 meters through this promenade. It offers outside places to eat for some of the restaurants we've seen, as well as for the gelateria, as you can see right here. Back to where we were at the very aft of the ship, and let's head one deck lower on deck 4. First, you'll find the Fiorentina restaurant, which is one of the 3 main dining rooms open for everyone. It's on deck 3 and 4. This is the main dining room that obviously serves dinner, but also breakfast and lunch. Then on deck 4 you should have going forward the shop gallery. Unfortunately it was being rearranged during my cruise, so all was closed. Let's fast forward to the Grand Bar Orlov. If you want to do some ballroom dancing at night, this might be the place to be. You can also support my work on Patreon. We continue to the front of the ship and enter the atrium. On starboard side, which is now at your right hand side, there's the photo gallery. On port side, you'll find the tour office, the international host desks, and the next cruise office. And just like that, we are back to the middle level of the theatre. Deck 3 is gonna be really straightforward. There's once again the theatre, and in the atrium you'll find another international host corner and the customer service. Then you have like the main bar on board, which is in the middle of the atrium. We end this tour of the lower decks with the Adularia restaurant, second of the 3 main dining rooms on board. It's open only for dinner. And that's it for the lower decks. Let's head to the top of the ship. Here we are on deck 12 in front of the Sole Mio Spa. I'm not entering as I don't want to bother anybody. We're at the front of Costa Diadema, so let's head towards the back once again and go down a flight of stairs. We're now on deck 11. You can see the atrium down there, and this is kind of impressive. Here's the Lido Diana, the main pool area covered by a magrodome, which is basically a retractable roof that opens when it's sunny and warm outside. You got on both sides a hot tub. Let's keep going and we'll get back to this place from deck 10 later on. Next, the aft half part of the deck is outside. All of the deck chairs are stored in my video, but when the weather is better than this, you have 2 rows of these all deck long. And here's the discotheque. It's the first modern coaster ship to have one with a terrace. On the ships on which Costa Diadema is based, this is usually on the lower decks. The inside spans over 2 decks with a balcony up on deck 12. On starboard side, you'll find the library and the onboard chapel. We then end up on the balcony of the aft pool. Here we have the Aperol Spritz bar as well as 2 hot tubs, one on each side of the ship. Right underneath is the second and last pool on board on deck 10, but I'll get back to it. On deck 12 you have some more chairs, and indoors is the card room and of course the balcony of the disco. Let's fast forward to the outdoor kids playground, which is on deck 12 as well as on deck 14. That's right, there is no deck 13 on this cruise ship. It's in fact a cursed number. On deck 14 there is also this basketball court. Back on deck 12 you have 2 more hot tubs and lounging areas. You can see the magrodome of the pool below. Teens will find at the front of the ship some foosball tables as well as an aero hockey one. Let's head to deck 15 from here. Same, you normally have all deck chairs deployed. And on deck 14 we have the gym. Back on deck 10, front of the ship. I've waited night time to avoid filming too much people here. Let's head towards the lower level of Lido Diana. You can also eat there as the buffet is right next to it, so a lot of people bring their food here. At night, you'll find the Salty Beach street food venue, which serves food at an extra cost all night long. Here's now the Corona Blue buffet restaurant. I'm not a huge fan of how it's been done here. There are only those 2 or more like 1.5 lines on each side, and that's about it. There's a reason for that. The next part of the buffet transformed for dinner as the third and last main dining room. That puts some tablecloth over the table and that's it. They only do it if the ship is near capacity, otherwise it's not needed. When it's open, it's usually in flexible / my time dining, which the 2 main dining rooms downstairs don't do. Lastly, there's the Stella del Sur pool. Compared to the previous coaster ships, there's no bar downstairs, but you have to go to the Aperol Spritz bar on the balcony over here. Thank you for watching this video. Please consider leaving a thumb up and subscribing, and I'll see you all next time.